Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today we are doing two things that I am not particularly fond of in the kitchen. They're kitchen tasks that I don't enjoy, and you will see firsthand why they are not my favorite. But for the sake of education, for the sake of knowing how to prepare fresh ginger and how to prepare fresh garlic, I am going to show you how to do that because cooking is all about options. You get to decide what goes into your food. And there's lots of reasons that you might want to use fresh. One is for flavor. When you're using a fresh ingredient, you know that you are getting the best flavor and aroma that a spice can provide. So garlic, this is straight from the ground. Ginger root, straight from the ground. These are going to give you really intense flavor and really intense aroma. Now I tend, because as you're going to see, these are not so easy or clean or convenient to prepare, I often resort to these cheater ingredients, I call them. You can buy them in the produce section. It's already minced ginger, it's already minced garlic, so the work has been done. But there's other stuff in here. If you look at the ingredients, it's not just garlic and ginger. They've got, additives and preservatives. And so if you're somebody who is wanting to cook more for yourself, to limit those things in your diet, then you may want to go with the fresh and take the time and put in the effort to go with the fresh. The other options that we have here are granulated garlic and ground ginger, and these are also pretty easy options, and the only ingredient in this is garlic, and the only ingredient in this is ginger, but obviously it takes a lot of processing to get from this to this, or to go from, this to this. And in that processing, a lot of times nutrients and the health benefits of these more natural foods get stripped away. So lots of reasons why you might want to use fresh, and that is why we are going to go over how to do that today. So let's get started. Okay, starting with the ginger, as you can see, it is a root, and it's kind of got a funny shape. They're all different. You never know what kind of shape you're going to get, and they've got a peel on the outside that we are going to need to remove. Okay, so I'm going to first of all try to get myself a nice, easy to handle piece of ginger off of this thing. So this looks like a pretty good, easy chunk. So I'm going to start by cutting off the kind of wonky parts. And then watched on YouTube something that the easiest way to remove the peel from a ginger is to use a spoon. And I haven't tried it. We're going to try it right now, and we're going to see how it works. And it actually, I'm pretty impressed with that. You gotta put some muscle into it. So the spoon trick is working. Supposedly that kind of helps get into some of these like little odd shapes. But what I usually do is a vegetable peeler. So let's see if that works better. Yeah, I like my vegetable. I'm still a vegetable peeler girl, I think. I like this better. You just got to be kind of careful because it starts to get slippery and your hands are right in there. And these things are sharp. You don't want to cut yourself, so I don't know, give yourself a chance to try both the spoon and the vegetable peeler. See what you like best. Maybe put your vote in the comments. What are you? Team spoon, team vegetable peeler? I'm kind of on the fence. I honestly don't like either one. Okay, so now I have got a peeled piece of ginger there. And now I obviously have a very, very dirty cutting board. So I'm going to do a little cleanup here. Get rid of that. And then from here, things definitely get a little bit easier. You can, depending on what size ginger you want, you can cut it. And what I do to cut it is I usually try to get some flat surfaces going. So I cut it in half so that it's nice and stable to cut. Get stuff out of my way here. And then you can just start slicing it. Go that way. Go this way. And as you start to cut it, you start to realize that it's kind of fibrous. You've got like these little fibers in there, like wood fibers. And so it kind of makes it hard to really get it nice and chopped up fine. But this is one way that you can do it. You can just keep chopping it into little chunks until you get it to the consistency and size that you want. There you go. Or for something a little finer, you can either use this, it's called a microplane or a rasp. It's basically like a very fine grater. I use this for Parmesan cheese. I use it to zest citrus fruits. And I would use this for something like preparing fresh ginger because it's very easy. I just go like this on my rasp, and then you can see that like I'm getting a whole bunch of ginger paste, really. The hard part's getting that out of there. I'm just going to use a little spatula. Okay, so there's some ginger. And if you don't have a microplane, you can also use, this is a cheese grater. Obviously this side is what we would usually use for cheese, but this other side that has the smaller holes, we cannot use to grate ginger. My fingers are going to smell really good after this. Okay, and then that gives you, you can see it gives you very similar results to the microplane. So if you don't have a microplane and you have a cheese grater, you can use that instead. So that was ginger. I'm already out of breath. Where is my wine? Okay, one down, one to go. Moving on to our garlic. Here we have a bulb of garlic, and inside the bulb are where all of the garlic cloves are. So there's this little top part, and I usually just start there and try to break this open and start getting those cloves out. And again, you can see firsthand why this is not my favorite job, because all of this papery stuff just drives me crazy. It always ends up on the floor, no matter how hard I try. under the dishwasher, and then somehow, you know, stuck to the bottom of my foot. Just inevitably. Always happens that way. Sometimes these little guys don't want to come out very easy. If you have a really tight, like this one was already kind of starting to open up, but sometimes you know, in order to get in there, sometimes you need a little leverage. Get a knife in there or something. Sometimes they're not easy to pull out, but this one's actually coming apart pretty good. Okay, so I've got plenty of cloves here to show you what to do. I'm just gonna move all of this off to the side. Okay, so we've got a clove here, and there's like a papery coating on the clove itself that we also want to get rid of. And the easiest ways to do that is to just lay it down flat and put a knife over the top of it like that, and then just give it a smack with the palm of your hand. Just a little smack, smack. And then start to peel that outer layer off. And it should come off really, really easy. So that came off. Do another one. Sometimes you have to smack it a couple of times. Get out all of your aggression and frustration, just smacking the garlic. Okay, and then from here, once you've got all of that coating off, you can start, just like the ginger, you can start to slice, dice, cut, chop, do whatever you want to get it to the texture and the consistency that you want. I'm gonna do a little chop, chop, chop. You can even, if you want like a paste, after you chop it a little bit, you can take the knife and just kind of drag it a little bit. I don't know, I feel like Gordon Ramsay was way better at that than I am. Okay. But by far the easiest thing to do with garlic is to put it in a garlic press. I don't know if all garlic presses are like this because I've had this one for probably 20 years. So I don't know, I honestly don't know, but I know that with my garlic press, I don't even have to take the paper off of the clove. I just drop it in and then I push it through. And then the skin just comes out. And so this is, if I'm gonna do fresh garlic, this is usually the way that I do it, because it's very fast and very easy. All right. Lovely garlic, but also a lot of mess. And my hands are quite sticky right now. So those are the things that I don't like about fresh garlic, but I can tell you that it smells amazing in here. So there you have it, a very quick tutorial on how to prepare fresh ginger and fresh garlic. And if you couldn't tell, I don't actually do that very often, and so I'm not really all that good at it. And I still got it done. And so I know that if you want to prepare fresh garlic or fresh ginger, just go for it. You can do it. I also want to know, what are some things that you do not like to do in the kitchen? What are some of those ingredients that you're just like, oh man, I really don't want to do this. I hate that. I'm gonna venture a guess that a lot of people don't like shredding cheese. I only say that because, like, if you go to the cheese section of the store, there's like a bazillion varieties of pre-shredded cheese. So I'm gonna venture a guess that that's probably a popular one. But let me know in the comments what things you do not like doing in the kitchen when you're cooking. Maybe I have a tip or a trick or a way of doing it that's not as annoying or painful. We'll see. Please like and share this video, especially with friends or family who want to learn the basics of cooking and that want a place that they can ask some pretty basic questions and get some easy answers. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.